Get ready. Get set. It's time for the basement view. Hey, good evening. Hey, y'all know when I come on laughing, man, hey, what's going on? Oh, BG in the house. Hey, Lisa, what's happening? All right. Y'all know when I come on laughing, I about to mess some shit up. How's everybody? Hey, it's me. We back. It's Monday. Almost this is the last week of February. Hey, it was kind of warm today. Hey, Ray, what's up? Ray in the house. I be damned. This is a monumentous moment. How about that? Do me a favor, subscribe. Hit that like, that thumbs up, ring that bell, kick that algorithm in the ass, you know, all that good stuff. And we'll get this damn thing going. Hey, Carmen, what's happening? Boy, I got to tell you, I thought today was going to be a short day. But a lot of stuff going on. Lots of stuff going on. You can't pin this shit down. All day, every day is something new. All day, every day, something new. Bob, I appreciate you being in the house. Absolutely. And hey, we gonna get some stuff said. So, anyway. Hey, look here. I got a treat. I saw this. I got to play this first because I thought this was good. I got a clip, and I think I might start my evening out every day with this clip. It's pretty good. Check this out.
So you voted for me because you thought the economy was bad, huh? Well, guess what, you stupid fuckhead? You ain't seen nothing yet. The crash that's coming is going to make your empty head spin. And let me guess, you voted for me because you thought your job would be secure. Well, tough shit, sucker. You just learned the hard way that I don't give two shits about you, and I never did. So enjoy unemployment, fuckface. And don't be counting on no unemployment check, you fucking moron. And let me take a wild guess. You voted Republican because you thought Congress would do its job and represent the people's interest. Well, you just got played like a crooked dice game, you dipshit. And I bet you voted for me because you're so fucking stupid you thought I would be the man in charge and I would solve all your problems. But guess what, turd brain? This psychotic drug addict is the guy who's really in charge.
Turns off!
And you're probably still so fucking stupid that you think you can do something about it. But guess what? That's not how Nazis work, you dunder-headed shit for brains. You voted for this. You royally fucked up. So when the markets have totally crashed and your savings are gone, and you're unemployed, and inflation is worse than ever, just remember that this is what you voted for. Don't whine about it, because Nazis don't give up power, ever. Don't you start thinking you're going to vote your way out of this, because you're not. You voted the Nazis into power, and we're going to crush what's left of democracy and stay in power until there's nothing but rubble left behind.
Well, how about that? I thought that just fit. I thought, man, if that didn't just fit, hey, what's up, James? That was right on point. I'm like, man. So anyway, today, this evening, we're going to examine just who's in charge. Yeah, hey, Carmen. That wasn't that good. I loved it. I think I'm going to play that at least once a week because that just fits so well. We're going to examine who's in charge. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, look here. We all know over the weekend that our buddy, Uncle Elon? Uncle Elon sent out an email to every federal employee. Now get this. Get this. Elon sent out an email to all of the federal employees talking about send an email in explaining 5 things you've done that week. Now tell me something. Who in the hell gonna sit down just to answer an email with 5 bullet points of 5 things I've done this week? How petty is that? How whack is that? Secondly, on the email it says, if you don't do it, it's considered your resignation. Is that crazy? That's the craziest shit I ever heard. Now, here's where we get to who's in charge, okay? Hey, Charles, what's happening? Here's where we get to who's in charge. Because immediately, the first person, Kash Patel. Kash Patel told his people, don't worry about answering that. Now, hey, who you believe now? Right? And then Pete Hegseth chimed in. Hey, people, my people ain't got to respond to that. Okay? And let's not forget Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi chimed in. Hey, my people, y'all don't worry about responding to that. Now guess who was so sorry that they told their people, yeah, you better respond? RFK Jr. Cave like a motherfucker. Fast as he could. So let's get an opinion about who's in charge. Let's check this out.
Trump is going to have a harder time breaking up with Elon than he thinks, and it's going to cost him a lot of his approval ratings to do it.
So, Rick, it was reported in the Times a few weeks ago that Elon Musk had lost out on an office in the West Wing. But since then, we saw that press conference last week with Musk, his son, and Trump. Do you think that there's a bit of a tug of war kind of going on or some infighting between Elon Musk and some of the senior figures in the White House?
There may have been before the administration started, but there is no longer a tug of war. Susie Wiles has completely lost that battle, the chief of staff. Stephen Miller is losing the battle over H-1B visas inside the administration. That hasn't broken yet, but it's out. But it's circulating now that Elon Musk is in complete control of the White House. Whatever he wants happens. Whatever he doesn't want does not happen. Elon Musk is functionally now in America, and I don't need to put too big a point on this. He is functionally now the head of government. Trump is the head of state. Musk is the head of government. Traditionally, the presidency combines those two roles, but Musk controls everything in the government now. There is nothing he does not get that he desires. There is nothing that he does not nothing succeeds if he doesn't want it to succeed. So, Susie Wiles has lost the battle. There are a few small power groups inside the White House that are concerned about this. There's some tension between Rubio and Musk about how far we capitulate to Russia. But Rubio will lose that fight. He's already lost that fight essentially. And none of these people wake up in the morning and say, hey, you know who my boss is? It's Donald Trump and Susie Wiles. They wake up and go, what does Elon want?
Well, I guess. Say he's not even a citizen. Not to include he wasn't voted in. Hey, you know what? Right. He was not voted in. This is absolutely correct. He wasn't voted into anything. I don't know. It amazes me how quick the department heads capitulated when he showed up on each department doorstep. Say, where's ICE? Hey, Bob, that's a good question. Shoot. But when you the richest guy in the world, do you actually need citizenship? Do you actually need citizenship? You know, because let's face it, just yesterday, was it yesterday or over the weekend? He was in Germany, meddling in their election. And of course, he sided with the Nazis. The AfD coalition in Germany is today's Nazi party in Germany. And guess who else has sided with today's Nazi party in Germany? J.D. Vance. We remember who he is, right? So we have essentially Nazis running the country right now. And to add insult to injury, Elon has talked Daddy Trump into importing South Africans or white South Africans, okay? Because Trump is now upset, thanks to Elon whispering in his ear. Apparently, he just found out that the governing bodies in South Africa is taking the land back that was stolen by the whites when they invaded. Trump has handed over power? Absolutely. And Trump is intimidated. He is absolutely intimidated. Hey, Charles, you said they went over there, but they ain't do no good. Right. Yeah, they wasn't listening to him. Absolutely. But Elon is the richest guy in the world. You know, who has the power? Okay. We all understand who has the power. He who has the gold. Okay. Let's not forget this is what Trump wants. To gut the government. Absolutely. You hit it right on the head, James. Absolutely. This is the gutting of America. Understand, this is the gutting of America. The only chance that we got right now, I'm going to tell you, here's the mistake. Boy, you're going to love this. Here's the mistake. The mistake is they had a perfect plan. This plan was so good that all you had to do was put it in play. They had a perfect plan. You win the election, we get our president in. And soon as he gets in, he starts to put our people in key areas in the government. We sat here on this platform and read parts of Project 2025. The president starts to put our people, first of all, in the hiring department. And then we hire all the people we want to manage the different agencies, okay? Different departments. And these department heads go in and systematically weed out everyone who is not on board. Everybody who is not absolutely dedicated to the plan, we're going to systematically weed them out. Hey, the Heritage Foundation, they've been working since 1978 to perfect the plan. And it was great. I tell you what, if you haven't read it, sit down and read it. Okay? The one thing they never imagined was having an idiot for president. Okay? They did not write Project 2025 for a Donald Trump. Donald Trump was telling the truth when he said he never read it. Okay? He told the world, Project 2025, I never read it. He was telling the truth. Okay? So he runs out and gets Elon, who's some wild, cracked out, rich knucklehead, and says, hey, Elon, I need some cash to win this election. Elon says, hey, I'm going to pump $270 million into your election. And when you win, we in. Hey, at least what's happening? And Trump said, bet. When we win, we in. So Trump gets Elon and says, hey, Elon, take that big old chainsaw you got and start hacking away at the government. I bet the authors of Project 2025 are livid. I bet they are screaming so loud that you can hear them across the country. Because this wasn't the plan. You know, we wasn't supposed to just go willy-nilly all over the government. You know, get some dude with a bunch of teenagers, one whose nickname is Mr. Big Balls, to run into the Treasury and start downloading shit on zip drives, go into, you know, USAID and the IRS. No, that wasn't the plan. So now they've cut all of these people out, just firing people willy-nilly, right? So guess who's starting to wake up? Guess who's starting to wake up? Guess who all them people are that's getting fired? You know who it is. We talked about this. We talked about it. It's those people in the rural areas. Those people are getting fired by the boatload. And they not happy about it. They ain't happy about it at all. So, now what? You know, and a lot of people would think Trump would be pissed off. You know, a lot of people would think Trump would be pissed off. Let's understand why Trump is not pissed off. Check this out.
How long do you see this relationship between Musk and Trump lasting for? Because they're two very big egos, and you
Sure.
say that, you know, that Elon Musk is kind of the person that's in charge.
Elon is in charge. Trump, part of the thing that Elon recognized very early on, he treated Trump like a unsophisticated investor in one of his companies. Trump gets to go do the fun stuff. I'm going to fly Air Force One over the Daytona racetrack. I'm going to race my limousine around. I get pudding at 3 o'clock. You know, all of those things that Trump likes in the spectacle area are things that Elon doesn't care about. You know, Donald Trump is going to spend an enormous amount of time, because he's on the Kennedy Center board of now. He's going to spend an enormous amount of time trying to bring new musicals to Washington. Elon Musk is going to try to get into your IRS records. So again, it's important to remember that Musk is the head of government. Trump is head of state, and only barely that.
All right. So that explains why Trump is not screaming and jumping up and down, hey, 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 look at me, look at me. He get to run out on the golf course all day, every day. That's what Trump care about. Did you see him take the big limo around the track at Daytona? That was a big fucking kid doing something he's always wanted to do. Perform in front of the audience. Hey, look at me. These guys go around and around the track. I can do it too. You know, now, one would think the president of the United States would be a little too important to be riding around a racetrack in Daytona. Imagine what a security nightmare that must have been. Could you imagine how much money you and I, as American citizens, paid for security to secure that? I mean, the cost had to be astronomical. So, if you want to root out fraud, waste, and abuse, get rid of this motherfucker. Okay? I mean, give me a break. Trust me. They they fired 6,000 IRS people. 6,000 IRS people. Now, ain't the IRS the people that bring money into the government? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe I got the wrong agency or something. Well, you say, Carmen, I bet 99% of those rednecks were Trump supporters. You know good and damn well they were. You know good and damn well they were. Shit. 99%? Probably 99.9. You know, the employees at the, the Credit Fraud Protection Bureau, this agency, the Consumer Fraud and Protection Bureau, they got rid of that, gutted it. That agency brings money into the government. You didn't see the Daytona thing. Was Trump actually driving? You know what? I do not think he was. Someone told me he was. Someone told me Trump was driving the vehicle. I don't know if Trump can drive. Have you ever seen Trump drive before? Why? You know what? I've never seen the guy drive other than a golf cart. Okay? He can drive a golf cart. Or does he even drive that? I think he gets chauffeured around on the golf cart too, though, right? So I've never seen him drive, you know. And if this was his first time out, I'd hate to think they put him in a 4-ton limo on a racetrack. You know. But understand this. This guy is getting rid of the agencies that's bringing money in. He may have taken a golf cart. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, I don't see him driving a limo. Imagine this. Imagine trying to teach that lazy bastard how to drive. Could you imagine that? You know, first of all, he cheats at everything. Everybody's golfing with him know he cheats. So there's no way. Now, somebody said he was waving out. I don't know. I didn't see him. I saw the vehicle, didn't see him. So, but I thought, look, this waste, fraud, and abuse, hey, this is some stuff. We know good and doggone well there is some waste. If you go in the Pentagon has never passed an audit. If you want to talk about a place where money goes to get lost, go to the Pentagon. The Pentagon, they dump, what is it, $800 billion a year into the Pentagon, and it has no accounting for it whatsoever. Now, if you want to go check that out, go check that out. Go check into the Pentagon. Now, we know that's the Republicans, love child, the Pentagon. They don't want to know where all the money going because it goes in and it goes out, and we can guess who's getting all of that. But USAID, the Consumer Fraud Protection Bureau, and don't forget the IRS. He's actually getting rid of Justice Department prosecutors, and talking about 8% per year out of the Defense Department. 8% per year out of the Defense Department. Don't we need the Defense Department? Looks like a gutting of the United States to me. And just on a side note, all of a sudden, he says Volodymyr Zelensky started the war. Now, who's been saying that for 3 years? So, if you don't recognize it right now, you are seeing a gutting of the United States. Okay? And what was that he said the other day? We're going into Fort Knox to count the gold. I wouldn't let this bastard nowhere near any gold I had. Sticky fingers, McShane. Heck nah. That's crazy. So, we know who's in charge. We know who's in charge. The thing is, the one thing that we got that could possibly help, and so far, up to now, the brakes are being put on by some good judges around the country. There's some good judges around the country and some good attorney generals, states attorney generals, that are filing some good cases, and the judges are holding things up. So, thank goodness for that. The other thing that's helping us right now and may help us in the future is that is seeping in to rural America. That which is seeping into the GOP. Did you all hear over the last couple of days how many town hall meetings have been held in solid Republican areas, and they've been getting their ass chewed. Because all of those people that's been getting fired, guess who they are? They are relatives and members of the MAGA party. You know, I think they thought that somehow that they're only going to be Democrats getting fired. Democrats and Venezuelans. Okay? The only people going to get hurt is Democrats and Venezuelans. Okay? And how'd that work out? You know, hey, ask the Palestinians in Dearborn, Michigan, how'd that work out? Okay? So, out there in rural America, it's starting to hurt. Down in Alabama, lot of federal jobs. Louisiana, lot of federal jobs. Tennessee, Oklahoma, Kansas, lot of federal jobs. Georgia, federal jobs. It ain't just up north in D.C. Ohio, federal jobs. They thought it's just going to be Democrats and Venezuelans getting hurt. So, those federal jobs, that's gone now. They're gone. These people are waking up this week. They woke up this Monday, today, thinking about next week. Because next week, the car note due. The mortgage due. Baby need new shoes. And goddamn, somebody gonna have to sell some shit to get some eggs. Okay? Because Big Daddy Trump didn't do what he said. He said he was gonna get the price of eggs down. They thought that people of color would get fired. Yeah. That's the funny shit. They thought only people of color was going to get fired. Yeah, James. Yeah, he passing that fucking around. Some of rural Illinois want to become part of Indiana. Yes. Yes, I did a little piece about that about a month ago. Maybe, yeah, about a month ago. Yeah, they feel like they're not heard in the Democratic state. And you know what? And, yeah, they'll be heard here. You know, they'll be heard here. That they still ain't gonna have their government job. They'll be listened to. And yeah, Carmen, that's just what I was saying. He said he was gonna be concentrated on the economy. Guess what he's not concentrating on? The economy. He's ruining the economy. And having said that, by the way, I told y'all Friday that today I was going to look at the market and going to follow the market today. Well, I went to all cash today. Okay? I got out of the market today because I didn't like what the recovery looked like. Yeah, stocks are down. Usually, what happens when you get a free fall like you had Friday? Let me explain something right quick. When you get a free fall like you had Friday, usually it's just because the market got spooked and overnight information came in that made everybody feel at ease. And the next day, the next trading day, you'll get this big bounce. Okay, the market will dip. It'll be 1% to 3%. 3%, motherfuckers is heading for the hills. But 1%, nice big fall. Usually, that next trading day, it'll bounce. And what that's called in the market and language, and if you watch CNBC, like I told you, you'll start to learn these terms. That's called a dead cat bounce, because it is known that if you take a dead cat up high enough, like the market is right now, nice and high, and drop it, okay? When it hit the ground, it's gonna bounce back up. That's called a dead cat bounce. That's usually what happens when the market just gets spooked. And then they find out, oh, that wasn't really bad. It was just wasn't so terrible. We can get back in. This market right here is seeing something. It was a little bitty bounce back, but it wasn't a nice strong bounce back. Okay. And then I looked at different sectors, and different sectors are in the red like a mother. Okay. Check this out. Housing. Housing is jacked up. It is jacked up right now. The supply of houses out there is none. Okay? Understand something. You heard it here first. When housing is in the tank, that's the beginning. Okay? That's the beginning of a downturn, because everything else follows. Now, look at what's going on. We got housing in the tank. We got the price of goods through the roof. Price of groceries through the roof. The price of automobiles and everything else going up. Why? Because tariffs. Okay? Tariffs. The manufacturers of goods are not going to be buying anything. They have done one of two things. The first time he mentioned tariffs, they ran out and bought a bunch of supply. And if they didn't, when he slapped the tariffs on, they stopped buying anything. And they are starting to lay off. Okay? So, now you got private sector companies starting to lay off. Who just said they about to lay off? What's that place y'all get the coffee at? Starbucks. They just said they're about to lay off. Who else announced layoffs? Amazon. Who else is talking about laying off? The car companies. Who else? The truck carriers that carry cars are laying off. Okay? Now, what other numbers are through the tank? Consumer confidence. That number was down like 10%. When consumer confidence is down, guess what? We headed for a downturn. And you know what put the icing on the cake for me today? Let me tell you what put the icing on the cake for me today. I went and I was looking at Apple. Apple made an announcement that they're going to spend $500 billion building in America to avoid tariffs. Now, Apple has been building their phones in China cheaply forever. And all of a sudden, Apple is afraid of tariffs. And in their announcement, they announced that the reason they're doing this is because they feel like Donald Trump has something there with that tariff thing. If companies relocate to America, then they can avoid the tariffs. When I saw that, the first thing I thought about was, guess who was a guest down at Mar-a-Lago? And guess who was sitting in the front row in front of all of the Congress people and all of Trump's nominees at his inauguration? Tim Cook, CEO of Apple. Now, when I saw this announcement, I said, really? I said, let me go and look at Apple right quick, because why would Apple even give a damn about tariffs? Because if Trump puts tariffs on Apple, it's just going to get passed to you and me. Apple's not going to pay the tariff. And you know what I found when I went and dug a little bit? Apple announced in 2021 they was going to spend $480 billion building something in America. In 2021. You heard me, folks. In 2021, they announced that they're going to spend $480 billion building a factory in America. So guess who was just repeating some shit that they had already planned to do? How about that? So when I saw that, I said, yeah, this market's in trouble. I think I'll just get out, get on the sideline, go to cash. And if you're in the market right now, that's what I'd do. You know, now you could stay in for a little while and see if you can catch a little swing up and get a few more coins under your buckle. But for me, I'm gonna sit on the sideline because there's another thing. The weather is getting warm. Okay, right now, you're not seeing people march in the streets on a large scale. You're not seeing it on a large scale. Of course you're not. It's below freezing outside. You'd be surprised how people are willing to hit the streets when it get warm. Okay? I'm afraid of what's going to happen when it get warm and these people ain't eating and can't pay them bills, okay? Losing them houses. It's going to be some houses on the market here pretty quick. And remember something. Remember the last few months. I've been telling you how the billionaires have been buying up all the houses. I've been telling you that. The chickens is coming home. The chickens is coming home. This is only going to get worse. Let's say the gutting of America and the indiscriminate raping of the people. Well, yeah, it's pretty damn indiscriminate. It is pretty indiscriminate. Another thing was that, you remember that temporary protected status thing? You know, the Haitians out there in Ohio, they were under that temporary protected status. You know, the ones that was eating the dogs, you know. So, guess who else was under that status? A lot of Mexicans was under that status. You know who else is under that status? A lot of Cubans down in Florida just found out they got to go back to Cuba. Guess who the Cubans was just celebrating down in Florida during the election? Guess who? Guess who they were celebrating? Dancing in the streets about who they voted for. Guess who? Now they're being invited to go back to Cuba. Okay? So, this is about to get bad. Right. Oh, well. Oh, well. So, that's where we are. Right now, though, I'm going to take a second. I got to make an announcement. I was contacted by a black MAGA supporter. You heard me right. I got contacted, and he agreed to come on the podcast. Okay? So, I'm waiting on him to get back to me about the time. It was supposed to be Wednesday. So, I'll find out tomorrow. It was supposed to be Wednesday, but he was unsure. Might be Friday. So, we're going to get to have a question and answer. Because, hey, let's get something straight. I'm not having him come on to bash him. Okay, this ain't gonna be a MAGA bashing thing. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna have a question, little discussion. I just want you to see how the MAGA mind works. I want you to hear what a black Trump supporter thinks. Okay? Now that's going to be strange. Guarantee you it's going to be strange. Because I've heard a bit of it. Guarantee you'll find it entertaining, to say the least. Okay? So, one other thing. I was told that blacks should just sit back and watch and let them rip each other up. Matter of fact, I got a clip. I'm going to play this clip right quick. Tell me what y'all think about this.
Nope, don't do it, black people. Stay the hell home. Stay safe, stay home, stay out of it. This is not our business. We didn't get us here, and we're not going to get us out of it. These white folk got to do the work. And until they do, they are going to destroy this country. That's how much white supremacy matters to these folks. That's how much the delusion, white delusion, not white supremacy, white delusion. That's how much this matters to these folks, that they are willing to throw away their whole goddamn country. They would rather be kings of rubble than to live good and everybody eats. Everybody gets treated well. Everybody gets treated right. So stay home. Don't go out there. No matter how bad it gets, stay the hell home. This is white folk business. Let them deal with it. This is brother against brother, father against child. This is in-house for them.
Hey, tell me what y'all think. What y'all think about that? I thought that's pretty interesting because when it was brought to me, I was like, hey, that's a good point. What do you say, Carmen? You with her, huh? Hey, I thought that was a good point. I'm like, wait a minute. Because you know what? They stormed the Capitol the first time. They can storm it again, right? So, hey, let's find out. Massa against massa, right? Absolutely, because hey, they the ones put him in, right? I like that. Massa against massa. Hey, remember, they've been crying civil war, civil war, civil war. You know, for the last couple years, they've been hollering civil war. And remember, just as that young lady said, remember, during the Civil War, it was brother against brother. Okay? You gonna have some beer and barbecue and watch it on TV. I'm assuming you meant sit and have some beer. You know, I guess you could shit and have some beer too. But I'm assuming you mean sit. But anyway, yeah. During the Civil War, there was literally brothers from the same house on either side of the battle. Father against son. Hey, you know, I thought this Civil War had something to do with us. I may have been wrong. I may have been absolutely wrong. Y'all sick? Don't mess with me, y'all. Y'all got me jacked up now. So anyway, hey, maybe that sounds like it might be some good advice. Let's all shit back. Eat some barbecue, have some beer, and watch it on TV. Hey, you know what? There was a song that said the revolution will not be televised. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. So, as always, though, I'm going to tell you again. I'm going to tell you every chance I get. I'm going to tell you. Spend a few bucks. Go out and get you some body armor. Get you some of the soft. They got soft body armor that goes under your clothes. it's form fitting as it gets, worn in. Go out and get some. That's just some good insurance for everyday life here in America. I gotta put that out there every time I get a chance, just so you know. Yeah. Hey man, let them fight it out. Let them fight it out. Well, I didn't say this, it wasn't me that said this, but you say we can't afford to spend money, eat up our canned goods and freeze items. At the bottom, we haven't eaten. I know that's right, Ronnie. I know that's right. But hey, now this thing about staying home, I'm gonna have to get some thought because, I kind of had, thoughts of maybe some guys, in them red hats marching up front. And when they go down, find out, hey, this dude been shot in the back. Hey, they asked me to join the march. They didn't ask me if I could shoot straight. Now, I ain't saying, nothing by that, but, I just envisioned a few of them red hats with holes in the back of the hat. So when they call for us to run out there and charge, I might run out there and charge, okay? So if I do, y'all just don't pay me no attention, okay? Don't pay me no attention at all. If you see me on TV, trust me, I'm out there for a good cause, okay? But anyway, if nothing else, motherfucker get conked on the back of the head with a canned good or something. So anyway, hey, I'm gonna wind this up. Hey, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. I'm gonna try and nail that. That supporter down. That black supporter. He was interested in showing up. Somebody getting caught by friendly fire. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Charles. Hey, man, it happens in every war, right? Don't that happen during every war? Somebody get hit with friendly fire, So anyway, I'm going to try to nail this guy down. Hopefully he'll come Wednesday because, I really want to dig into the mind of a black MAGA supporter. This I need to do. So, hey, use this email if you want to send me something that you want to talk about. Hey, you can send me questions or subjects that you want to talk about. Just, let me know. So anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming to hang out with me. I'll be back here 7 o'clock Wednesday evening. God willing, and the creek don't rise. Okay? So anyway, hey Barb, I'm gonna hold you to that. So on that note, I want y'all to stay safe, stay healthy, and we gotta take care of each other. Cause this shit about to hit the fan. hey, if you find out something, let me know. Some kind of way. Get it to me. And I'll put it out there so we all know. We got to take care of each other because this shit finna hit the fan. Okay? So I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all Wednesday, 7 p.m. All right? Take it easy.